It's UGN Jams 24/7. Dave P with you on the morning show right now. Now, on the line we have, of course, the most outstanding young fella when it comes to UK music or UK gospel. One of the clearest persons I know when it comes to rapping and delivery and great content. And he doesn't mess around when it comes to his lyrical content in terms of gospel or feel-good music to make you think about yourself and think about the life you have right now. Hi, JayEss, how you doing? You all right?
Hey, Dave P was perfect, man.
Did you like that? That was all right, isn't it? Is that you?
Yeah, that was a dope intro, man. I'm like, what is he talking about me?
Bro, listen, man. It's been a number of years, man. Yes, we are talking about you, you know, and of course, in my books, anyway, you're hailed. In my books, I say that you're hailed as one of the biggest, as far as I'm concerned, UK rappers right now. You know what I mean?
All right.
You're like one of those, when you come up with an album thinking, hang on, he's been away for how many years and he's back again, another hit? What's that about? You know what I mean? So, and you know, everybody just say, oh no, JayEss is out, that's it. You know what? Let's follow suit if we can. You know what? The album right now, I mean, you returned with, of course, with 7 album, you know, you labelled as his most complete or your most complete work to date. Tell us about, oh, dear me. Tell me about that, bro.
Well, I say it's my most complete work to date. I mean, I worked really hard on this project and basically just had to put everything into perspective and making sure that everything fit what I was trying to put out there in terms of the sonics, the message, my delivery, and also the melodies. So as I was constructing the album and I was putting together certain like songs, I felt like, you know, I needed to work with the right producers. I needed to take my time. I needed to like re-record certain songs and making sure everything was right. As I was doing it, I realized that, you know what, this project is actually my 7th project. And so as I started listening to the album, I was like, okay, sounds like my most complete work, because it's got everything that you need, you know, for a complete album, in my books anyway. And so that just made sense to call it 7, because 7 biblically is the number of completion and perfection. And so I have the remix of the song 7 on that album, on the 7 album, and it features Evangel from Christ-Centric in the US. And yeah, and so the title fit the album and the sonics of the album perfectly.
It's a great album, and I know there's 11 tracks on there, which is very outstanding. For a great achievement for you anyway. Okay, I think it is, really. Tell me something now, because there's a track, you know, there's a track which really sticks in my mind, okay? And we've been playing it for some time right here on UGN Jams, and it's Homesick, featuring James Anderson.
Yeah.
That song, listen, the thing is, right, and I understand the sort of like how you kind of mix in with real life issues, whatever's going on. Tell me, I'd like to know what was going in your head when you sort of like wrote that song, or sort of being in the studio and doing that. What was going on? What made you sort of, yeah?
Well, first and foremost, I mean, I was looking for subjects to write on, and I couldn't really find anything. And I believe my brother at the time was like, what do you see on an everyday basis around you? And so I had to, and he goes, just really think about it. So as I was thinking about it, I realized that what I see on a day-to-day basis is homeless people. And my perception of them is a bit of, okay, well, they're asking for money because they want drugs, they want a drink, you know, they're not really genuine. And that was my perception. And then I had to really step back and think, well, hold on, like, not all of them are like this. That's not right for you to think like that. You need to actually sit down and speak to one of them and find out what their situation is. And so I remember there being a story of a lady that lived in Hackney. Well, she didn't live in Hackney because she was homeless, but she was homeless in Hackney. And I believe she had a skill of knitting. And she used her skill to basically get herself off the streets. She used to like sell her like cotton and stuff like that, her little fabrics that she would make. And she got herself off the street, and she had a really nice, lucrative business of it. This was years ago I heard this, so I'm not even sure if I'm explaining the story accurately, but that's what inspired the narrative of Homesick. So the character in Homesick is not a real character. It's a character that I made up. And if you haven't heard the song Homesick, guys, go on to iTunes, right? It's on my album 7, and pop that.
We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it in a sec as well. And I do. Well, you know what I mean. Because we're gonna plug your album, man, because we like it, and why not? You know, I like the idea. I have to say behind that, because I find that many gospel cats, and I would say this in the right way, I hope I don't get in trouble, but they're not writing about real issues or what's going on in the world today, where you are looking at certain things. Okay, let's jump a couple of tracks, I guess, backwards, right? And we go to track number 3, right? Good Friday. Now that's a jolly great song. That's like one of those jolly great songs. I say jolly, man. Friday, man. Featuring Jay Williams. Now that, it seems like all these guys, you're getting them to feature on the album, okay? And it must be happy days for them, really. I'm with JayEss. Come on, I mean, this is JayEss, man. I can't say no. You know,
I don't think it's like that at all.
I'm just saying that. No, but you know the thing is, right? To speak to you right now, okay? Because you've done so many things in your life. Because not only that, I mean, you went to the US, you did a tour in the US, okay? But when you hear and you see, and the thing about hip hop, when you hear all these people come together, you can tell it's a unity thing where they kind of love each other, and we're going to do this with JayEss. And it's not about stardom. Let's work together as one big body. We're unity. Okay? Am I making sense in some way? Yeah,
it's all love, man. It's all love. And even with like the Good Friday song, Jay Williams has been like a really good help from the jump. From my first album, he produced. No, he didn't produce. He jumped on the Good Love song, and from there we started working together on the Good Friday mixtape, and we did the Coming Home remix. And he did a few other songs for me, and Good Friday was one song in particular that we made together, and it was just like, I don't know, I don't say use the word magic, but it was just something like out of this world, basically. And I've held on to that song for years, right? And so it's a theme song for Friday, but at the same time, it's got that Good Friday message, which is a Christian message of, you know, Christ laid his life down on the Friday for our sins. But I wanted it to go beyond that, not that it would be of any more significance, but just so that it can carry itself throughout the rest of the week. So the narrative in the lyrics is basically talking about it's a Friday and the weekend's here, no work after 5 p.m. And you see them? So it's just basically talking about how we are thinking on a Friday. It's like, oh yeah, great, I get to see my family, my friends, I can go out, do other things, but then I also plug in, the goodness of God and what he actually does for us on that Friday on Calvary Street. So it's just blending the whole two together, really.
So now we dealt with this sort of the nice part, and with JayEss and the Good Friday, and of course we talked about 7 the remix, and we talked about Homesick. I guess there's many things we're going to talk about when it comes to your album, and we know it's available on iTunes right now. Okay, we're going to mention your website and Twitter page and everything else. Now, people that are listening right now say, JayEss, I mean, who exactly is this guy? I mean, what gives him the right? Where exactly is JayEss coming from? What is his history? Does he have a history? Is he just one of those guys who just come on the scene and say, yeah man, I can rap and that's it? You know what I mean? Or does he have some sort of experience and knows what he's talking about? Do you?
I definitely have a history. We all do. I mean, we all come from somewhere. And I wasn't always like Christian, spiritual, positive with my lyrics.
Okay.
My lyrics were very vulgar back in the day. I mean, I started rapping in 1999, and I was doing it like obviously at home and, you know, my boys and everything. And then I started doing like performances, and I formed a group when I was in college back in 2000. And then I was signed to like an independent label.
Yeah.
And we entered in the Mobo Unsigned back in 2003.
Yeah.
As a group. We got through to the finals in Wales. We won it. But Universal at the time said that they didn't have enough money for a group, which was absolute nonsense because it's Universal.
Yeah, that's right.
And so the Mobos gave us tickets, free tickets to go, you know, watch the award show, which I happened to see DMX perform live. I saw Little Kim. I was hyped. And so that was a great experience for me. So after that, what we did is we said, okay, we produced an album under the label, and in order for us to get on radio, because radio at that time wasn't really accepting rappers, it was more of the grime artists. So the Nasty Crews was on Deja Vu. You had Roll Deep, which were on Rinse FM, and you had a few other MCs which were on different stations. So what we did is we split our group in two. So we had about 3 MCs who went on Mystic Radio, which was myself, another guy called Ski, and another guy called Pepper. And then we had the other 2, which was Pepper again, and Aggie, who was the owner of the label, went on Rinse FM. So we had 2 crews on 2 like pirate radio stations. Obviously Rinse FM is like the biggest. So we was really making some noise, you know. And so then 2005, you know, like I just got this revelation that I need to be living for God, and my lyrics and what I was projecting out there in the world was just horrible and was disgusting. And you really have to hear my lyrics back then, and you would not think it's the same person, because I was listening to it the other day because I found the old mixtape, and I said, what on earth was I thinking? But it was terrible. But anyway, so I've come from that, and then, you know, the enlightenment that, you know, God is real and you should follow God, be pure, be righteous, you know, try and, you know, live the straight and narrow, you know, to cross Christ. All of that. I'm a Christian first and foremost before anything. And so my music had to reflect that, because even when I became a Christian, I was still part of the label. So I had to leave the team, and so obviously the team's upset. They're like, oh, you can't leave. I'm like, well, I have to, because you guys are talking about killing this person's mum and stabbing this person in the back and shooting this person in the head. I can't say that no more, because I don't believe in that. So it caused a bit of friction, and then obviously I became JayEss. My name wasn't JayEss before, it was Troublesome. Wow. You know, so yeah, it was Troublesome. And so I moved on with the name JayEss because it's my initials, Jalil Sahib. And so it's spelled JayEss. That actual spelling, it was given to me by Dizzy Rascal, because I used to spell it as a J and an S. And he was like, no, spell it JayEss. So I spelled it that way. And so so I started doing Christian music, or, you know, positive music.
Well, you know what, some of the young people listening right now, they're going to go, oh, now I know. Okay, and no, because seriously, it's pretty amazing, and the things you've gone through, without going into too much details, but you could hear there's plenty of history there, you know, a lot of things. Now, with the album right now, it's available on iTunes now, is it not, your album? Okay.
Yes, it's available on iTunes right now. Let's
go for the album now, okay, because it has about 11 tracks, okay, and I think that's pretty amazing. It's really good for a great UK artist such as yourself. In terms of where UK is going right now, and I know you might say, oh, Dave, how do you feel in terms of where UK is going right now into the US or beyond the US, into other countries? Is your music getting played out there? Is it moving? Do you see that happening right now?
Yeah, I mean, my music gets played a lot in the United States.
Good.
I know that because we worked heavily in America with our music for the last 5 years. So it does get played a lot on radio in the States. As for the UK rap scene, we are moving into other territories. It's not just London, because London used to be like the mecca of, like, you know, the Christian rap.
It's not anymore, mate.
But now, you know, and now we've moved out, and, you know, there's a lot of things happening in Birmingham, and even overseas. So you have, you know, the Governor Bees, you have Faith Child, traveling overseas and doing their thing.
Yeah.
At festivals and
going deep into Europe, isn't it? Yeah, so that's really good as well. Yeah, and I think that's a key thing right now. You know, we might be out to Europe, doesn't mean we can't get in.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly. Don't mean we can't get in with the gospel.
You know what I mean? But there you go. Of course, your album's called 7, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, and it's a really good album. I have to say, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
I am, like many people, a big fan, and I'll tell you why I am. And I'm going to be really open and honest with you. I've looked at you, your lifestyle, and how you are, and you don't show this sort of like, guess who I am? My name is JayEss. You're just one humble fellow, okay? And not only that, you don't really care if you make mistakes. You know, everybody make mistakes. It's out there at the end of the day, and the clarity of you rapping, okay, it's just very clear that I'm not saying that, I can understand it, other people can, but the clarity and the diction is just amazing, so it reaches where it needs to be, I guess, gone into at the end of the day. So I say thank you to you for creating such an outstanding project with you and your team. Who produced the album as well?
Well, the main producer, I would just want to say thank you for that as well. That was beautiful words. The main producer on the album is a guy called Quest. Okay. He's been my friend for 16 years now. We was actually in a group together when we started in college. But
is he another one on Forgive Me?
He's the one on Forgive Me, yeah.
There you go.
Quest, yeah, excellent. So Quest is the main producer, and then you have Big Tizzle, who produced Homesick, and he produced Slow Down. And you have a guy from the States, his name is Jones Shorty. Yeah. So he's a JayEss as well. So we've got John Shorty on the beat, and you got Jay Wills, who produced Good Friday.
I love the way you say that when you go to sort of like the American accent, you know what I mean? So I like what you said.
Yeah.
Before you go, what do you want to see happen with the CD or with the project, with the album? The Americans say project, we say album or CD. So what do you want to see happen with the project? Let's just use that for our listeners.
On the real?
Yeah, on the real. Yeah.
On the real, I want people to buy it.
Yeah.
I want people to buy it and enjoy it, because obviously I worked hard.
Yeah.
For it, but buy it, enjoy it. It's not that much money. It's like $7.99.
Yeah.
Buy it, enjoy it, and then soak it up. Like, the message is deep, and I think, especially the song like Homesick, and there's other songs, but I'll use this one as an example. Yeah. Right. Homesick. I want Homesick to basically affect the way people think towards homeless people, like change their perspective on homeless people. So if they see a homeless person, a dialogue can take place rather than just walking past them like they're nothing.
Excellent.
And that's something that I used to do, and so now I don't do it no more.
Oh wow! Now, if anybody wants to get in touch with you, of course, website details and Twitter. Do you have those available to hand?
I do. My website is JayEss Online. That's JayEss Online.com, and all social media is JayEss Online. So
pretty straightforward, isn't it? Yeah,
that's it.
Okay. I've got here Facebook as well. Same thing for Facebook as well. JayEss Online, I guess.
Oh yeah, JayEss Online.
All right. Listen, before you go, is there anything you want to say to any up and coming artists? Because sometimes it's a very big struggle, because they always seem to be looking at the sort of record industry or record labels. I want to be signed to that record label right now, and sometimes it's not just about that. You've got to create your own. Am I putting words into your mouth? Do you want to encourage anybody right now, any kind of up and coming artists who may be struggling to find it very difficult to deal with because nobody's recognizing them?
Up and coming artists, I would say basically just continue to be yourself. Don't try to copy anybody. Be unique with your message, and just enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. That's what this thing is.
JayEss, it's been really nice speaking to him. Before you go, I just say to the listeners right now, his album is available on iTunes. You can get it for £7. Okay. Now, very carefully listen. If you get the album, when you get a copy of the album, please do not, on any circumstances, do not give it to a friend. Tell them to go and buy it as well. It's important. Seriously. And I'll let you know, that could be stealing if you're copying it. Yeah, it does say on the CD cover. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. Go and buy it and help it grow. Yeah, don't just copy it to a friend or Bluetooth it. It's not working. tell them to go and get it themselves. Let's make it grow, make it happen for JayEss as well. JayEss, thank you so much for speaking to us at UGN Jams, UGN Radio. It's been oh man, it's been a minute, man. I use the American terminology. It's been a minute, hasn't it? It really has. Yeah.
Thank you for having me, man.